Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another match reaction. Brentford 1, Manchester City 3. Another 3 points. Closed the gap at the top, of course, with Liverpool losing to Arsenal on Sunday. Did exactly what we needed to do. Done the business. Maybe a bit rocky in the first half, but the most important thing is 3 points. No one really played too poorly. And we maintain our full fitness, our full squad fitness, going into the games ahead. Now, before I go and break this video down, this game down, if you would please leave a like on this video. Massively helps us out here on the channel, helps other people find it, and subscribe if you are new. Trying to reach 7k as soon as possible, reach 6.9k the other day, which is quite nice. Turn notification bells on, as you can see in the little box on the bottom right. We will be live tonight, 10:30, after I believe there are some FA Cup replays tonight. I don't think we're really going to talk about those though, but come join us, 10:30 PM UK time. Turn notification bell on just in case. We're going to chat probably about this game, Liverpool-Arsenal for certain. A little bit of stuff around Jack Grealish, what's going on there. So come join us, have a chat. Now let's talk some things out. But in terms of this game today, in terms of condensed thoughts, again, like I said, I didn't think there was any poor performances. There were maybe poor moments. I mean, mainly the goal. It's beyond me sometimes from our defending, but that's kind of besides the point, really, because the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. Although I say it doesn't matter, it's becoming a worryingly, reoccurring problem that we're talking about, schoolboy defending and, this defending isn't good enough, or what are we doing defensively? You know what I mean? I guess that's kind of where I'm going to start, because I don't want to harp on the negatives too much, because we've won. We've won. We're now 2 points behind the top spot, 2 points behind Liverpool with a game in hand. We're looking good. We're looking very good. But I do want to start with some of the more negative things. I can only pick out really a couple. The major one being the goal that we conceded. It's nothing short of laughable, to be honest. To be upfront and blunt, it's laughable. It's laughable defending. It's absolutely horrific. I don't know what we were doing. It's literally just one long goal kick over the top. Tony occupies Ake. He doesn't touch it, so there's no offside. You can't be offside from a goal kick, and because Tony doesn't touch it, he's not offside. So I don't know what was happening. We kind of just fell asleep, and then Maupay puts Brentford 1-0 up. That was exactly the game plan from Brentford. Was sit back 5, soak up pressure. When you get the ball, pump it long. You've got Ivan Toney. You've got Maupay who's going to run in behind. You've got runners. You've got size. And if you manage to get a goal, cool. If not, you get a corner, and they're a set-piece reliant team. We saw every time they got a corner, I was terrified, because they packed the 6-yard box and pump it in and see what happens. And every single time they had a corner, I thought they could score. That was my genuine reaction to every single corner, was they could score from it. So it was clear the game plan was, but I don't know why we fell asleep. One long goal kick, and that's it, 1-0 down. After all of that domination, Brentford barely had a kick. I think we had almost 80% possession. I think it was around 75, 76%, I believe, at the time. And we're 1-0 down. And that sort of story of old Pep Guardiola teams, not this current one, but the big turning point then, of course, was the goal just before half-time. Phil Foden kind of came out of nothing. It was our best and really only opportunity came from maybe a mistake. You could put it down to from Brentford not clearing the lines properly, headed on, falls to Foden, takes a touch, puts it in the bottom corner. That's the turning point. That's the momentum swing, because right then and there, Thomas Frank's half-time speech is completely different. And if they're going in 1-0 up at half-time, it's, more of the same, maybe sit even a little bit deeper and pump it long. But being level, they're still going to have to play. I mean, I think they would have probably taken a point, which is why the game plan didn't change too much. But, they are a fine line. They are one goal away from then going and losing that match. So the team talk is different, and that's the big momentum swing, and that's what kicked us on in the second half. And before I talk about Phil Foden, because, he's the main man, isn't he? The only other possible negative... And it's not really a negative. I've had this gripe for ages. It feels like shouting to a brick wall at this point. Our set pieces, specifically corners, in terms of, corner takers, and putting it into the box. Short corners, you can't really mess those up. They're annoying to see, but you can't really mess those up. Normal corners, you pump it into the box. I know we scored from one against Tottenham, happy days. But oh my God, all of our corners today were absolutely abysmal. Absolutely dreadful. Bipolar corners. That's what I'm calling them now. Because sometimes you get the Tottenham where it works. And, against Tottenham, we had the game plan from, the corner there that worked, where we had Diaz crowd the goalkeeper, and he created a bit of chaos. Today, I don't know what some of them corners were. They're absolutely shocking. But they might as well have been goal kicks to Brentford. In fact, some of them ended up being goal kicks to Brentford. And Brentford were more than happy to concede a corner. They knew they'd deal with it. And sometimes they didn't have to deal with it. We deal with it for them. We're taking an absolutely horrific one, but listen, I don't want to harp on too much about that because we've won 3-1, and Phil Foden has scored another hat-trick. I believe that is his second, because his first one that I can remember coming against Manchester United last year. And he really was the man. He was all over the place. On paper, he started on the left wing, but he was quite clear from as soon as the ball was kicked, he was not playing as a left winger. He was everywhere. Left, middle, right, deep. He was playing up top sometimes. That's, of course, he's got 3 goals. Ran the show. And it was interesting to me. I was kind of, when the team came out, I was kind of a little bit, I don't know what the word is, apprehensive maybe. I didn't like seeing Foden lining up on paper on the left, because I don't want to see that. I don't think anybody really wants to see that. But then as soon as the game kicks off, you realise he's not playing on the left. That's his, on paper, that's his starting position. But he was allowed a free role. He was allowed to take up any position that he really wanted to on the pitch. And that's great to see. That's great that Pep trusts him to do that. Because I think we've been waiting for that for a long time. For Foden to have the reins to do whatever he wants to do in the middle of the park. And I think we all believe he can do it. He's just never been trusted to. And this is a really, really big step in that sort of trust direction. Because in the back of our minds, you see Kevin De Bruyne come back, and then you think, is this going to be the end of Foden playing in the middle? Is he going to be forced out wide again? Is he going to be put into different positions to accommodate certain other players? And whilst it looked that way on paper, it wasn't. In fact, it was almost the other way around. Like, there were other players moved around to accommodate Phil Foden. Picking up this free role. Like, you had Vardio basically playing as a flying wing-back, playing high and wide on the left, which I don't think suits him. But that's just to accommodate the fact that Foden's not going to be there on the left. You had De Bruyne as well. He was maybe in a traditionally deeper position on paper as well. He wasn't, deep midfield, like holding hands with Rodri like Kovacic would do. But he was a little bit deeper than he normally would be. At times last season, he was almost hanging off Haaland as like a 1-2. He wasn't today. Because you had Alvarez doing that. You had Foden picking up pockets. So I think it's a really good step in the right direction. And it worked. It clearly worked because he's got a hat-trick and we won the game. I want to see this moving forward. In the middle, Pep said it himself, playing in these central areas. It's incredible. It's a joy to watch. And you should keep doing that. You really should keep doing that. And I guess that's kind of the main positive is not only Phil Foden's performance, but the trust to keep him in that position, to keep him in that free role, to let him do what he was good at, even with players who normally play that role returning or normally play in those similar areas returning, Kevin De Bruyne, to see him still trusted to do that and still, Pep finding a workaround to get him into those positions. That's what we all want to see. That's exactly what we all want to see. But that's it from me. Sort of my takeaways from this game, if you will. Do me a massive favour on the way out if you would like this video. Massively helps the channel out, and subscribe if you are new. We're trying to reach 7k as quickly as possible. We have launched channel memberships. Again, we will never ask for any money donations or any memberships, but if you want to support us further, feel free. There is a link in the description, and there is the join button next to the subscribe button. It's $3.99 a month if you want to support us further, like I just said. Turn your notification bells on if you do not want to miss the live stream tonight, where we'll be talking all sorts of nonsense about this game. Like I said, Grealish stuff's been going on. Arsenal, Liverpool is obviously intertwined with this and the title race. We'll be talking about that. City have also signed the player. Funnily enough, the deadline day's been and we've signed a player. How does that work? I don't know. But yeah, all sorts of chat going on tonight. So smash a like on the video, turn notification bells on so you don't miss a stream, and I will see you tonight 10:30 UK time for a live stream.